there, Scorpio. Welcome to your end of August 2024 general tarot update. It's Raina here. Sorry if this is a bit on the dim side. I don't have access to a light at the moment, so it's kind of like the sun is setting, so oh well. I think the cards will still be visible and before the sun sets, at least, you know. Okay, I'm going to pick an additional card. Let's put the whole deck here. Okay, put this to the side. Read that last. Okay, the heart of the matter is the Ace of Wands. This is very dynamic energy. This is initiation. This is fire energy. So that's probably why they have that flame in her third eye center. And this can be creativity that you are embarking upon. I was thinking, I always think astrologically, and there is going to be that lunar eclipse the 17th of September in Pisces that hits your fifth house of love and creativity. So even in September, even in late August, you might be starting to feel that energy build. And there's something very liberating about it. There's something that kind of perks you up. And you feel very independent because you feel like you're doing something for yourself. You know, even if you work for somebody else and you actually like it and it's great, there still is nothing like conceiving of your own project, your own business, your own whatever. Maybe it's a novel or a blog or something like that, and having, creating the name for your business. All those things are very creative. I remember I never ever wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I couldn't understand why somebody would want to. And then one day, I think it was an astrologer said, talking about the fifth house can be your business, and saying that an entrepreneur is creative. And that was the first time I saw it in that light, because I am a creative person otherwise. And then I embraced it. And this could be the time when this is really coming alive for you, and it bears itself out astrologically. In the past position, we have the Page of Cups. This is actually connected to Pisces. Where's the fish? I think they're being funny here. They have like a pig flying. But this is a card that's associated. It's associated with Pisces, and it's all about the early stages of love. So certainly the Ace of Wands could be this too, but it could be more physical desire that is coupled with, wildly romantic feelings. And because the Page of Cups being water energy, the cups, it's more dreamy and soft. The fire energy is very ardent. It's very like passionate, but since it's fiery, it has a strong masculine side to it. And so both of these can be playing themselves out. One thing to note about the Page of Cups is that it can also be a situation of being naive. The Page of Cups can actually be a child, but it can be being like a child, and there's a positive side to that where a person is trusting, and Scorpio is tends to be very untrusting. So this might be like a change of pace for you. Maybe you're working on learning how to trust again, and that's what this represents. But you could be afraid of being taken for a ride, and that's what kind of blocks you. As a matter of fact, let me do the spiritual message. We have the Six of Pentacles. This is a card of give and take. So giving of energy, taking of energy. Now, what this can mean, like if this is related to a work situation, you may have decided to start your own business because you were tired of giving more than you got. Even if somebody makes a decent living, the amount of time that they have to be connected to their workplace might be like intolerable for them. They might have to, like check in on the weekends. There might be some kind of like thing where it kind of goes over your boundaries and you just don't like it. Of course, Scorpio people, you're private people. So you want to separate your private life from your work life. You don't want to have to always go to dinners and all that schmoozing and take away from your private life. So the energy that you gave may not be rewarded, or it couldn't possibly be rewarded because it was too much of a price to pay. So that might be why you conceived of your own business. Doesn't mean you're necessarily quitting your day job. You may have to kind of wait until your business takes off, or there might be other factors that are contributing to that. But at the very least, you're being very independent right now about something, and you're initiating something. This can also be for your private life. You may, I can totally see Scorpios giving 110% to relationships, and maybe you feel like you're not getting, that somebody's just not that into you. And it's not like something that you take lightly. Now, you might try to hold on to that and try to find a way to get that person to care, but that might be barking up the wrong tree. So you might want to reconsider that, because it may not be in your best interest to be doing something along those lines. What crosses you is the Six of Cups. This is a card of nostalgia of the past. This is a card of Cancer. So maybe if there's a wayward Cancer in your life, somebody that is not really good for you, I would say if this is the person, they might be quite manipulative, and they always find a way to kind of hook you in. So it's up to you to, be discerning. Don't be gullible for somebody else's games that they're playing. Six of Cups can be someone who is, really tied to the past, maybe too tied. And if it's hard for you to break free from someone because you remember the good old days that you had with this person, you have to kind of give yourself a reality check and say, look, this is not how it is anymore. I love how it was, but that's past tense. And give yourself a pep talk about like why it isn't going to work, so that you can let go of things that are kind of dead ends and choose something that is much more possible for your future, that you really do have a chance. Because Scorpio is a really cool sign, and I'm sure there are a lot of people who would be interested in a relationship with you, but you have to, be available for that kind of a person, not the person who is unavailable in whatever way that they currently are. This is a really great card. What's coming in, the Ten of Cups, this is family harmony. But I get the feeling like if you are coupled, that this could mean that you are possibly separated from the other person. I'll get to that in a minute, but there's something happily ever after, like some kind of positive event that, the number 10 is like completion. So that kind of resolves a particular situation. So let's say that you're in a job where you don't feel that sense of balance when it comes to energy exerted and energy received. They call money energy. So something might resolve itself in your favor, and then you feel that sense of emotional completion. This is why I picked an additional card. I got as the outcome the Five of Wands. This is a card of competition, sometimes conflict. It can be positive, like if let's say that there's some kind of like job, promotion or something, and you're in a different department or you're working in a different location, and the people around you are really at the top of their game. And normally that would intimidate you, but it only serves to inspire you. And you feel like this sense of like bringing your A game to whatever it is that you're doing. Well, that's healthy competition. This card can be that. However, sometimes it can be that you're fighting against, that you're competing against somebody in your household. Maybe they're unemployed and you are really busy coming up with great ideas and working as well. And they create conflict to try to take you off of that high that you have because you're just doing all these things. Observe that. Observe how the people in your life, rub off on you, how they treat you, and how you feel. And that's really what I say when I say rub off on you, how you feel after you've spent time with them. Because if you feel drained when you leave somebody's company, you can best believe that that person doesn't have a positive impact on you. And the reason that we should care or that you should care is because you're a water sign. So you're already very, like sensitive and perceptive. And also when I say sensitive, you can absorb the energies around you, and that could make it harder for you to tolerate lower vibes. So I picked an additional card, and this could be like also like a dog eat dog environment, at work. And I picked an additional card, and I got the Four of Swords, which is a card of rest, rejuvenation, maybe some reflection. And that's what made me think about the person who is like separated from their spouse because they're trying to figure out what it is that they want to do next. You may really feel this need for autonomy, and the old way of doing things might not be acceptable anymore. Maybe at one time it was, but it's not. This can be about you going back into the fray. So it's kind of like, if you're somebody who has conceived this wonderful idea, and now you have to kind of compete against other people, not in a toxic way, but you're just putting yourself out there. It's kind of like when I'm doing tarot readings or astrology readings on YouTube. I'm not trying to compete with some other astrologer or tarot reader, but it's just like part and parcel of, it's how the game is played in terms of, it is what it is. It doesn't mean that I'm directly competing against them, but I'm in the fray. I'm actually creating content. Some people become snowflakes and they're like, "Oh, nobody saw my videos. I'm not going to make any more videos." Okay, well, then for sure you're not going to get any more viewers because you're not making videos. In other words, you have to put yourself out there and you have to get into it. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, there are other people. And if you compare yourself to other people, you'll go crazy because there will always be someone who is growing their channel faster. Or if let's say you're selling houses, they sell their house, they they have more sales than you do. If you use that as a reason to give up, then you will guarantee that you won't be successful in that endeavor. But if you choose to see that other person, those other people, as they're going to help me, or at the very least, we're all doing our own thing. There's enough to go around. Then that is a great attitude to, um, you know, have, because it allows you to do what you do without feeling like you're in a toxic situation. Because sometimes it is a toxic, and for some of you, it might be that you're in a workplace where it is dog eat dog, and you're like all about your own thing, doing your own thing, but you can't, you find it hard to do your own thing when you're working in that type of environment. So the Four of Swords is about getting, taking space to be able to clear your head, rest your body, so that you can make the best choices for yourself. All right, that's what I have for you, Scorpio. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, astrology, the tarot, whatever, you can find out more information at the link below. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.